Hello, everybody. This is another mini-sode of Dissonant Waves coming at you. You got the
Been a
dulcet,
short one.
wonderful tones, Tricks, self, Dominic.
Yes.
Um, I know, is dulcet the right word there? Probably. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We got a bit of a shorter episode today.
Yeah. Covering
Cover
12 songs.
12 songs. Gotta throw in a couple more, but she was only featured on them. She was not the star, and this is all about her solo career. We're talking about the solo career of Alice Glass, formerly of Crystal Castles, now thankfully on her own. And there's supposed to be an album coming out next year, so are preparing and getting to know her songs up till now.
Yeah. Interesting lessons.
Yeah, it's another riddle-less leak. He'll be back. We do our ranking episode for the year, and then when we kick up back into full gear next year, he'll be back as well. But until then, we're just covering a couple things. Fun.
Yeah.
You said you had an unpopular opinion. You want to start off by giving your unpopular opinion?
I think that the singles as a whole were better.
Better than the EP?
Yes.
I kind of agree with you.
Ah. I figured that would have been a no-go with you.
I don't like. I mean, listen, I don't mind the EP. I like the EP, but the singles definitely explore more range and like they expand her discography. I guess is the word you'd use.
Yeah, her tonal palette.
Yeah, they definitely bring more to the table, whereas her EP is more just like a statement, like a specific tone and more of like a
Yeah.
mini album in a way.
The only song off the EP that really jumped out and grabbed me was the fifth song,
Oh
which
yeah,
is I remember the place, but I don't remember Blood Oath.
yeah. Let's see. I like Blood Oath. Like some of the songs are like more like an experience. I feel like
Yeah, there are hard singles and songs to talk about.
like we talked about Crystal Castles and like what happened and the allegations and all that.
Yeah.
And this is all, I think, very much a response to all of that.
Yes.
It's worth noting that the EP was released a couple months before she officially came forward with the allegations, but it is very clearly all there.
Yeah.
I think Natural Selection might be the one that is the most, like, I know what you'd call it, hard hitting about that.
Visceral.
Yeah. Like, just very much, like, her tones are very, like, um, soundscapey, like, subjective viewpoint kind of stuff. Just, like,
Yeah.
bringing you into the moment and kind of representing how awful or sad or whatever it might be.
Yeah, puts you in the mindset.
Yeah. And it's funny, I was, like, thinking about, like, literally her output is literally like a Venn diagram of things I like. Like she's got the Grimes kind of sound to some of it. She has the Purity Ring sound some of it. Then like Health is also there. Like dream pop, industrial noise rock, and also just like weird off the wall ideas.
Yeah.
Um,
Which I
it,
actually, as an aside, I recommended you a band that an artist we did prior, John Dwyer, did
mm,
his Ziegenbach Kopf, which I think is how you pronounce that.
sure.
It's German. It's very noisy industrial music that's also super gay.
Really
Yes. Like, I mean, you've got songs like I Am a Slut and Ass to Mouth and Hot Cocks on Fire.
interesting. I don't know much about John Dwyer, so I don't know how much of it relates to his life, but that's interesting.
Oh, he said that he has a girlfriend in his Criterion Closet video.
That's true. But that could or could not mean a lot.
Yeah, but I found this band by going to the to his the Discogs page for this and just seeing John Dwyer in practically nothing.
Mm. Yeah, I'm looking at
Bondage Tape and Tidy Whities.
oh, I'm looking at his Wikipedia page, and there's a bunch of bands listed here. Coach Whips, Pink and Brown, Ziegenbach Kopf, Yikes, Dig That Body Up, It's Alive, Sword Plus Sandals, Ryan Sawyer, Peter Carolyn, Tom Dulles, Brad Hulkins, Kit Malone, and Marco Rodriguez. I'm guessing it's a, I don't know what you'd call that, just a jam album.
Yeah, he has done a lot.
Damaged Bug, and of course the OCs.
Yes.
And the Hospitals.
He produced a couple King Gizzard albums. He produced Quarters and I'm in Your Mind Fuzz.
Oh, he did. He's been around.
Yes. He the let me tell you, the Hard Times article about him is accurate as all hell.
What is the Hard Times article about him?
OCs release an album before the album they had already announced comes out.
Oh. I can see that being true. I mean, this is a huge aside already. They got Panther Rotate still coming.
Yeah. Which is just Protean Threat remixes.
Metamorphosed also is out, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I am looking at the Wikipedia page. The Wikipedia page links to Metamorphic Rocks wiki, and not like a page about the album.
That's kind of hilarious.
But yeah, so I don't know. It's interesting. And because the singles kind of chart the last 5 years for her. For Alice, whereas the EP is kind of like the midpoint of that roughly. Because I structured the playlist I gave you kind of like chronological order. Or Stillbirth.
Yeah, it was chronicle or because I just went by the single art.
Right.
I had to search up the one that wasn't on her profile actually.
Really, which one wasn't?
Hold up. Sleep It Off.
Oh yeah, that's because that's on the soundtrack for the movie The Turning.
Yep.
It's weird that that's become a thing that we're kind of coming back to again. But here we are.
Yeah.
But Sleep It Off, I think, is like the most standard poppy that she's done.
It is.
It's like, yeah, it's more of a not a safer song maybe, but like something that you would expect from like another pop art act do.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody's kind of got that in their catalog.
Right, and I'm curious, like, what led her to do it? Is it because she's worked with the director? God, what's her name? Or something. I'm just gonna look up the Wikipedia page for The Turning.
I'm looking at the music right now. Some of the ones that we might, I could probably see us end up covering.
Floria.
Soccer Mommy, we might do.
Yeah, Floria Sigismondi is her. She directed some of her music videos.
That might have something to do with it.
Yeah, that made sense.
But looking at the Turning soundtrack, some of these artists I could see us doing are like Courtney Love. Surprised we haven't done yet.
We haven't done Nirvana at all.
Yeah, we haven't touched like the '90s grunge. Frog
Stomp, and Riddle and Violent Soho stuff.
Yeah. Which that isn't really like '90s grunge. That's just kind of throwback grunge.
That's wannabe grunge.
Yeah. Like I'll see. I'm surprised I haven't covered Soccer Mommy yet.
We've joked about Soccer Mommy before too.
Yeah, Girl in Red. I'm not recognizing some of these. Who is Lauren? Yeah, that's about all I'll see us covering, really.
Yeah, Floria Sigismondi did the music video for Without Love, which honestly I have not seen yet, but it's probably interesting. What's cool though is that Forgiveness, the second track off the EP, is also written by Atticus Ross.
Yeah.
There's like a slight Trent Reznor 9 Inch Nails in there.
Yeah.
Which also makes sense, but interesting how people have kind of come to her side. It's good to see.
Yeah. It is good to see.
You got Jupiter Keys, who was formerly of Health, has kind of just helped write and produce the whole EP. Kind of been there for her throughout.
Yeah. All right. As another aside, back to the the turning. One of the artists on there is Lawrence Rothman, which I'm surprised I haven't heard of.
Really?
Yes, the first album features contributions from Angel Olsen, Kim Gordon, Marissa Nadler, Charlie XCS, Kristen Control, Duff McKagan of Guns N' Roses, among others.
Duff McKagan, of course.
Yeah, the most fuckable member of fucking Guns N' Roses currently.
That's a category you could put him in, I guess.
Yeah. Everybody else in Guns N' Roses did not age well.
That is true.
Well, Slash still looks like Slash, but you got fat Axl Rose.
That's true.
Anyways, back to Alice Glass.
I don't know. Like, what do you to compare to Crystal Castles? Like, listen to theirs. You think this is?
I liked it better.
Yeah, I'm coming to really like it better as well. I think what helps me is that one of her strongest songs is the first one, Stillbirth.
Yeah.
That's very intense.
It is.
It's like, it's like television static if it was like a sound. It was like a song.
Yeah, I don't know why that wasn't on the EP.
I'm guessing the EP was very much like a specific time and place thing.
Fair enough.
Like a project. Like she did some singles first, then she made the EP, and now she's doing some more singles. I don't know if Nightmares is meant to be like the first single off her album or not. It's not listed as such, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. It might be like a bonus track or something.
Yeah.
Cease and Desist was good.
Yeah.
More of that same sound as Stillbirth.
There wasn't a ton I didn't like really. I think the only songs I kind of was not as much of a fan of was like songs that tried to be all sad again. Probably have Crystal Castles as well. Like, I think The Altar did an alright job of it, but I don't know. I prefer like Stillbirth and Cease and Desist and stuff like I Trusted You and like Mine.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just I'm pigeonholing Alice Glass and do the thing I want you to do and don't do the thing I don't want you to do. Like, she obviously needs to express her grief and trauma in her own way, and I support that. But I guess for my money, like it was like the same problem. I was like, I just don't like it's just a sad song, so here we are.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit manipulative.
Fair enough.
I don't know. The Altar was good because The Altar was like atmospheric and like there was more going on than just it's a sad song. I don't know.
Yeah, there was an energy to it I could understand.
Yeah. There is a remix EP of this, which is fun.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't give it a listen.
Neither did I. You got artists like Picture Plane, Ghost Domain, Zola Jesus on there.
I don't really recognize any of these names, if I'm gonna be honest.
I don't really much either. I'm just throwing out the ones that I've at least heard of.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like again, people are kind of coming out to support her and kind of amp up her music, whereas her previous project has not done much since she's gone on her own. So honestly, for the better.
Yeah.
Like her album art, fun.
She has an aesthetic where it's like her touching her face,
and just kind of very not great situations. I feel like.
I think it looks like I Trusted You just is like a screenshot of Google Image.
Oh yes, that one. Yes, it's just images of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, and like then at the top there's stuff in Russian, and Body, Death, Healing.
Yeah, she's touching her face and Stillbirth, Cease and Desist art, Mine art. That one.
I'm gonna translate that Russian.
The EP art is her covering her face. Um,
Like she's got an aesthetic and she sticks to it. I can respect that.
Without Love, it doesn't. It's just her face,
Yeah.
not touching it.
Loneliness and sadness are the two Russian.
Hmm.
What's the one that you said that doesn't have art on your end?
Forgiveness.
Forgive. Nope, that's the yeah, that one I don't have either.
Well, it's interesting reading like the Wikipedia pages for some of these songs talk more about the making of them, which I know Wikipedia is not always the most trustworthy place, but they are at least sourced. There are interviews.
Yeah, I trust Wikipedia pretty much. I'll always like if there's like a question that I'm like a little suspicious about, or if I'm doing like a paper, I won't use Wikipedia, or actually I will use Wikipedia and then I'll just scroll down and go to the sources.
Yeah, like it's not like there's nothing cited. This has direct quotes from her talking about like how they made the music video for Forgiveness, for example.
Yeah.
Or it's just supposed to be her writing lyrics in lipstick on a mirror or a few mirrors, and all of a sudden they're playing with the band and they're going in the pools of water, and she's just like, yeah, we just kind of got drunk and did more. So, um, that's cool. I don't know. The song also is like a song about healing and physical and emotional abuse and dealing with that kind of thing. So she talks about how forgiveness is like it's not always a moral act. It's exploitative in itself. It's predatory in itself. We used to guilt someone instead of heal them.
Yeah.
So she's able to bring real. Not I don't want to say like it's a message, but she has good reasons to make what she makes and to do what she does.
Yeah.
She has stuff to say.
Yeah.
Cease and Desist was the first song to come out after the allegations came out, so like, and of course Ethan Caff and lawyers sending a lawsuit and all that.
Yeah.
So there you go. But she talks about how it's called Arms for Survivors and stuff like that, fighting for the victimized and trying to turn it around into something more positive.
Definitely. I didn't really look too much into the lyrics on these songs. To be honest, I had it on while I was listening at work.
Right.
Really should have listened more, but you know how it be.
Yeah. She is on Loma Vista, the label which Health was on for a while. Also home to like St. Vincent. Oh, Health is still on it. St. Vincent's on it. Marilyn Manson is on it.
I'm surprised we haven't done anything with St. Vincent yet.
We will. I mean,
yeah.
Giant Bomb just got St. Vincent to play Fortnite with them, so I'm sure we could do something with St. Vincent as well. Even if she's not doing anything with us, we can at least cover stuff. He seems cool.
St. Vincent has. I really like her. This is going to be real weird aside. I really like her signature guitar.
Yeah.
It's a real cool shape and the colors that she chose for it. Here's a photo of her playing. I'll post it in Discord once I can get it saved. She designed it with like for like making a guitar sort of more comfortable for women, I think was the point of it.
Okay.
And I think, at least, I could be wrong on that, but it was like one of the first like radically designed guitars by a woman in a while.
Interesting. What about it is more comfortable for women, I guess?
I really don't know. I'm just remembering what I heard from when it came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this seems like a cool label, like doing a lot of bands that are kind of indie and out there, and good mix of also like people like kind of classics that people like.
Yeah.
Iggy Pop's on that label too. Rise Against, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, Rise Against. It's been a while since I've heard anything by them.
Yeah, there's Rise Against, there's Against Me, there's Rage Against the Machine. It's hard to keep them all straight sometimes.
They should form a supergroup just called Against.
Yeah, just Lauren Jane Grace, Tom Morello,
That would actually be pretty kick-ass.
someone from Rise Against. I don't know who.
Yeah, I don't know any of the Rise Against guys, but Laura Jane Grace and Tom Morello doing like a folk punk album. Oh man.
Yeah, with, like Tom Morello's like doing some cool guitar shit.
Well, no, like because he had an acoustic like folk punk group called the Watchmen.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think like Laura Jane Grace and Tom Morello would fit really well together.
Yeah, I can see that too. And which of these songs kind of stuck out to you? If anything else you have?
Again, mostly the singles. Let me pull up the list again because I have Garbage Man.
Mhm.
I Trusted You stood out. I like the sound of that, as well as Nightmares. When I heard Nightmares, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna listen to the new album.
Yeah.
Cease and Desist and Stillbirth really stood out to me with the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Stillbirth was like the thing for me where it's like, I'm trying to think back to where I was. I was like in college and she had left the band and I was upset about that. Still before we actually knew why she left, but like, it was like the moment of like, oh, she's gonna do great on her own. Like,
yeah.
She's gonna do just fine. And she donated all the proceeds she got from that song to Rain, Rainn. She definitely like knew what she was doing. I feel like, or she talked about it publicly.
Yeah.
And I don't have much else to say. I guess I just really like these songs. I really like where she's going with it. I dig this direction, and I think it shows that she was really she was more of the quality output than I think people did not give her credit for.
Yeah.
Like, I think her voice really shines with these. And I think it's interesting the way it's used.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not fucking mixed so low you can barely understand it anymore.
Yeah.
Her voice, like, I don't know, it's the way she sings the songs are all different. Like, it's not sung the same way every time. It's not just one style. She's exploring her own way.
She's got depth.
Yeah, and I'm really curious about what the album's gonna show. Like, how that's gonna expand that. Like, is she gonna stick to one style more, like kind of like the EP, or is she gonna kind of try to do like something more ambitious?
Yeah. Only time will tell, I guess.
Like from her Twitter, it seems like that this is gonna be something that she's been working on for a while and that she's really proud of. And a lot of musicians say that, of course. So I'm hoping whatever it is, it's very like it puts everything into greater context. It's a wider look at her and what she does, and just like expands on everything that's going well here.
Yeah, and just also as an aside, Green Day said they were proud of Father of All Motherfuckers.
They did say they were proud of Father of All Motherfuckers. So
we'll see. I'm sure Alice Glass will be a lot better than Father of All Motherfuckers, but yeah, that's a low bar.
Alice Glass has put out better songs this year than Green Day has.
Yeah, he's only put out one.
2, I think.
Oh yeah, The Turning.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see what the deal is when whatchamacallit comes out.
Whenever her album comes out.
Because which brings us on to our next topic. We're going to be doing the Green Day side projects.
Yeah, we're going back to our little Green Day discussions because we can't stay away, even though we never quite like it.
We wanted to cover the network Money 2020 or 2020 because it's 2020 currently, and also they're putting out a new album, Money 2020 Part 2.
Yeah, they wanted Father of All Motherfuckers to be American Idiot Part 2, so they're getting their wish somewhere.
Yeah.
Something is a Part 2 to something.
Yes.
I'm concerned that might be indicative of the quality of whatever that's going to be.
Yeah, but the network, I think, because I've actually
I think
I think it's the best Green Day album. I think it's the best Green Day album. So
I have not listened to it. I'm interested in listening to it. We don't know when Money Money 2020 Part 2 comes out. I'm guessing it's not by next week. Just do the first one.
We might know by next week. But they do have one song out, Ivanka is a Nazi.
Yeah, so we might throw that on there as well, just to cover it.
Yeah. Compare it to Father of All.
That too. Then we're also comparing Network 2020 2020 to Foxborough Hot Tubs Stop, Drop, and Roll.
Yes, and also one of the other things I wanted to cover with Money 2020 is the rumor that the songs on that album are actually Cigarettes and Valentines.
I don't think it is. Well, I'll have to listen to it and find out, I guess.
I don't think it is either, but like I can hear some where it's like, okay, yeah, I could see this being like a post Kerplunk Green Day song.
I mean, that'd be a post warning.
Yeah, post warning. That's the album.
Yeah. Too Much Too Soon is one song that was from Cigarettes and Valentines. That is confirmed. So that's kind of maybe our starting point to compare.
Gotcha. Yeah, they had a couple. I'll double check the Wikipedia page. Recording.
Yeah, I'm scanning it real quickly. Too Much Too Soon is at least the one that is I can see mentioned here. But that's probably one of the most infamous canceled albums of all time.
Yeah, we'll have a little discussion on Lost.
Yeah, maybe look at other ones. Well, anything else?
No, that's about all I have about Alice Class. It's good. Go give it a listen. It's more. It's easier to. It's harder to explain and easier to just end up listening to. If that makes.
Yeah, it's good stuff to listen to without feeling guilty, and it's better than Crystal Castles.
Yeah.
And she is worthy of support, and it's nice seeing that she's still building up her own career and that she's going to get out a new album.
Definitely.
I'm Dominic, I guess. You can catch me on Twitter at DACICHOCKI. I write stuff for Tilted Wind Studios sometimes. This is a bit of a shorter episode, like we said. It's a bit shorter than I expected, but hey, that's how things go.
Yeah. I've been Trix. You can catch me on Twitter at procrastronaut_. That's just like procrastinating astronaut with an underscore at the end of it. I also have a YouTube channel where I do various bass-related stuff that's going on hold right now because I'm currently in the middle of a move. And you can catch us all at Twitter on Twitter at Dissonant Waves and our website dissonantwaves.space.
Indeed. I have this Wikipedia page of unreleased albums now. It's very intriguing. But before I get too deep into that, that'll be it for us then. Yeah. Have a great night, everybody. Great afternoon, great morning, whenever you're listening.
Whenever you're listening to this, have a good